So it looks like KFC X-Transbots is going to be releasing masterpiece versions of the Junkions. So far, we've got a lot of the background Junkion characters with names provided by them. And we'll go over them very quickly because there's a lot. Looks like they got about 5 or 6. And then, of course, they have a limited edition toe cutter, which has been sold out on BBTS as of right now, which is basically a Junkion version of Psykill. Does that make sense? Well, none of further ado, let's get into it. So this is the Breeze, and he's one of the Junkions. He looks like he's red and brown mostly. Little silver outputs here and there. It's got the little engine in the back. Loving the spike wheels, man. Loving the spike wheels. You know, if you got the Studio Series 86 Red Guard, you're loving those spike wheels too. But these transformations look more involved. So a lot of these are prototype images. So I don't know if these are actually like renders or if they're actual photos of the real figures. But this one to me looks like he could actually be a Machine Robo just by the shape of the head. Kind of reminds me more of one of the Machine Robos, not a GoBot. The next one is going to be Waystor Delta. And he's brown and yellow and red, and primarily he is got a that's a hazard symbol on there. Oh, he's hazardous. But his chest design is different. I love the shoulder spikes. Almost reminds me of an Ifrit from Gundam, and he's got 2 pistols. Almost one looks like they look almost like axe pistols to me, but yeah, it looks pretty good. Next one is Smithereen. Looks a little more like a drag bike a little bit. But it's also the same mold. I love the tires. They got that blacked in look. That's pretty good. Now I'm wondering if the transformation that the tires actually go into his chest. So these are going to be completely different molds. But that weapon, that's a pretty cool weapon. And again, he's very similar to Waystor Delta with the spikes coming out of his shoulders. Again, looking like an Ifrit. Next one is Stogie or Stodgy. He's more yellowish, mustard brown, or mustard orange look. A little bit of gold in there. Red wheels. I hate to say this though, when I see him in robot mode, he reminds me of like Hotshot from Armada or Hot Rod, or even Bumblebee with the spikes. His head is very Bumblebee like, but he's got a weird looking weapon, but that chain weapon with the hilt is nice. Then there's Sanford, which is a play on Sanford and Son. He's back to the traditional red and brown. He's got a brown gun weapon there. Now, oddly enough, I love this motorcycle look, but what really sets him off, he does remind me of a cross between a Gundam and Eject. Look at his shoulders. They look just like Eject. He's got the pipe going through the chest. This one I like. This might be the one I have to step on. And now we get to Toe Cutter, which is a limited edition based on using the molds of these Junkions. And man, they did a good job even giving him that 5 o'clock shadow look that he always has. I heard people talking about the use of the mold and, why Hasbro's not really using them. They own the rights through Tonka, but they still would probably get in a rivalry with Bandai because of the fact that Bandai has him as Bike Robo. But his face is a very young face. He has a very completely different face, and he's part of the 5-man team. You got to watch Machine Robo to know what I'm talking about. Go look it up. But anyway, getting into it, he looks exactly like Psykill. Everything down to the T. I love the look. He looks clean from the back. With that famous looking Psykill front. So, that's going to be a win. Definitely something that you want to get your hands on. He's already sold out at BBTS. Don't know about TF Source as of yet. Looks like the price of these are going to be around about $100 to $120, but this one being about $120. But they did a good job, especially on the bike mode. I don't like buying one-off figures because you want the rest of them to go with it. I'm going to want all the Renegades that go with them because that is like the name of the Renegades and the Guardians. So it's always cool. A little better than Autobots and Decepticons. Oh, you didn't hear me say that. But what are your thoughts? Leave them down in the comments below. These Junkions are going to be about 7.5 inches. They're going to be too big to scale with your Studio Series 86 Red Guard. But hey, let me know how you feel. This is Super Robot Ed. We got more to come. We'll see you soon. Peace.